Hello. Whew. It's been a little bit of time. Let me just get this setting going. So, I didn't know if I was going to come on, and I haven't been on in a while. And it's been for what I think is a really good reason. I haven't been on because the energy of Facebook and social media, but really Facebook, is so toxic. And I've needed to just be in my own high meditative space. As it is, I come onto Facebook and instantly get engaged. Whether I read a post or not, I can feel the energy, and it's down here. And then I have to work harder to uplift myself. So I only go into my groups. So, on one level, sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But it feels good to be back, and for a good reason. So you'll notice that I've just been posting about what I know to be true and what I feel real strong about. And I've also been waiting to not just come on to come on, but to come on with a purpose, to come on with a voice, to come on with a message and with a reason. So, yes, for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Tina, and I am an angelic channel. I am a. What am I? I am a Magdalene sister of the rose, meaning that I'm working very closely. Perfect timing, Jeanette. She put up a rose. Hello, Jeanette. Could that have been more appropriate? Right as I say, and I've never called myself that, Magdalene sister of the rose, or whatever I've in said. Jeanette put a rose up. Gotta love the synchronicity. So, what I mean is that I have been working very intently with the Magdalene consciousness, which is that embodiment, that consciousness of the divine feminine. I like to say this sisterhood of the rose because it's a lineage of women that, even if you're watching this, you might feel called to be coming into alignment with your voice, coming into alignment with your power. I've been working with Magdalene and this energy of the goddess for almost a decade, and she's coming through even more fiercely now for us to claim our sovereignty and our power, to know what is rightly and inherently ours on the inside, and to not remain in silence anymore, and to speak from this place of truth, and to know that it might ruffle feathers, and I've certainly been ruffling some feathers, and that's okay. I always knew there'd be a point in my life. I always knew this, a point in my life and a point in my career, that I would have to speak up and out because it was coming from within, and that not everybody was going to like what I had to say because of all the cognitive dissonance, because of beliefs. And so I hope you know that I am coming from a place of deep love. I meditate more than I ever have. I've been holding a deep prayerful space and working with this consciousness of the Magdalens, of this sisterhood of the rose. And so I've been doing this already, and some of you are already a part of it. I have a Magdalene Sisterhood of the Rose circle every other Monday where we do healing ceremony, where I am teaching the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic. Whether you want to learn it or not, when you hear the ancient language, each phrase is a mini gospel. Each phrase is a mini attunement. Not even mini, it's an attunement because it's awakening in your cellular memory a knowing of what unconditional love, truth, sovereignty, power, freedom, liberation of the God, goddess as one within you. It's Aramaic is the native tongue of Yeshua or Jesus. And so that's part of it, but a small part of it. And then there's just been healing journeys. So I'll put a little link here in case you feel called. Um, and then I have a card that I pulled, which I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm also going, even though my goddess group is ongoing, we're going to start up again technically, even though you can come at any time. September 11th on purpose will be like a soft launch. And this will be the last time that I'm offering it for the lower rate early bird. And then it's going to shift in the next year. So if you want to get in now, I'll put a link for that after the call, and that's just called Goddess Warriors Rising. The speakers that we have coming in have just been incredible. The energy that we are shifting and evolving together, constantly adding new material, and there's so much material already up on the platform. It is chock full. So I'll put that in there after, and if you have any questions, you can let me know. So the topic here is sharing your voice, but do you know what your voice wants to say? Are you afraid to say it? Even though I knew this was going to be my message today, it's the card that I pulled. Share your voice. So just take a look. Try to get it in on the... So you see she's in a little bit of a cave. It says share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. So what part of you is hiding? What part of you is dimming your light? What part of you is maybe not speaking up because you're afraid what others might say or might think? We have a people pleaser in us. I know, because I've been one a lot of my life up until the last few years, and even, I'd say, the last few months. Fitting into not ruffle feathers, right? To not stir the pot. But at what cost is that to you? Because I can tell you right now, if there's something bubbling in you, and there's some part of you that you're resisting your greatness, resisting your voice, resisting stepping out, that will show up as resistance around you. That will show up as actual angst, sometimes anxiety, depression, a pushback, because you're denying something that wants to come through. Trust me, I know. Which is why now, when I feel powerful about something like the children, you will see that I am posting nonstop. The children need us right now. More than ever, the children don't have a voice. So we need to be the voice for them. That's one really good reason. If you don't know what I'm talking about, do some research, reach out to me. I'm part of Operation Underground Railroad, and I'm part of 2 other or 3 different healing circles working with women and children on different levels. So I can tell you right now, it's not a conspiracy theory. And it's more real than you could ever imagine of what's happening with the sex trafficking, the child sex trafficking, the human trafficking. So those of you that think that it's a conspiracy theory, I invite you to open your heart. I invite you to dig a little deeper. And if you're looking at anything mainstream as your source, I caution you and invite you to break the chains, to come out of the cave. Just because it seems like a reputable source. Who told you it was reputable? You probably just came in assuming, right? This is a time to think out of the box. This is a time to go deeper. This is a time to take the blinders off and really have the courage to look at your beliefs. What's in the middle of the word belief? Lie. And a lie, believed, will act as a truth until it's neutralized. So, are you willing and courageous to open your heart and to see past a narrative that you're being told? And then, if you're already there, can you be so bold as to share it at the expense of possibly others not liking it? This is a time right now to not be silent. I'm not saying go out and fight people. I'm not saying go out and be a part of the divide. It's why I haven't been on social media other than my groups. I'm saying that this is the time for you to shine your light and, yes, be doing the inner meditative work. But how can you raise awareness and educate and hold a high space and convey a message? You might be surprised when you step into your power and you speak from that place of truth, of how someone might just not be aware, and it might be the little seed that you're planting. It's not about forcing, but if you're coming from a place of truth and conviction because you know, then everything about your message is going to be carried in that truth. It's going to be carried in that message. So I invite you to just take a look at what your beliefs are, where you're placing your attention, and are you willing to open up, not attached to any specific narrative, but maybe move past what you're being shown. Working with the Magdalene consciousness will help, because you know what it does? Her energy, which is really not just her, it's the consciousness. It's this universal divine feminine energy, power, sovereignty, is such unconditional love that it can go to the depths of the darkness and transmute it. So, anything that's out of love, it can love and embrace and transmute into love. But it has to come from that sovereign knowing and not caring what other people think, because you're so rooted in the love and so rooted in the truth. So I will be sharing more, but I wanted to just pop on and inspire you to think about what your mission is right now as a light worker, as a love warrior, as a light warrior. Because we're truly in a battle right now of good versus evil, light versus dark. And there's a lot of, there's a lot of actors playing different roles. There's a lot of misleading information. And I can tell you, on a weekly basis, I see something where I'm like, oh my goodness, wow, I thought that person was in the light and they're actually not. So it can be confusing, it can be misleading. That's why we have to go deeper and have to have such a strong space of anchoring the light and being in our truth and aligned with divine truth, that we can quickly course correct if we need to. So if you want to work more with this Magdalene consciousness, divine feminine energy, where we're going to be talking about ways to claim your sovereignty and power, ways to heal the deep wounds within yourself, to really help the children and help the planet, that's what we're going to be working on in these circles, which I put the link in, and also in my course. The course is a fourth of what it should be monetary wise, but I've kept it, reasonable. So if you are so called, check the links out or message me. We can hop on a call. And in the meantime, before I'm back to talk about more specifics, just take a few moments to just breathe, feel your heart and feel your belly, connect to your soul, and then call on your angels, and maybe call on the energy of the Magdalene consciousness and ask to be invited into this sisterhood of the rose. Well, you're already invited, but to be immersed in this powerful energy. And you'll start to remember, and in fact, that's a good mantra to have. I remember who I am. I remember who I am. And as you state that and connect to these sisters, they will welcome you and start leading you step by step. I love you, I honor you, I bless you, I hold you in a deep space of truth. And I'll be back soon. Sending you love, and reach out if you need anything. I'm holding prayer every day. Oh, I didn't even see your comments, so let me just take a quick look. 9/11, I love it, and the Goddess Circle. I didn't even know you had comments. Sorry. Look beyond what they want us to see. You got it, girlfriend. Lisa, OUR has been around for years. I'm glad. Yep, some of us have been working. Yes, you are true, myself included. I think we need to stop talking about the divide and the sleeping people and just do the work. Yeah. Well, some people need a little wake-up call. So by doing the work and by sharing a voice when you are feeling called is important, because it's about you having your voice. When you speak your voice, it gives others permission to do the same. I know the people that inspire me, so when I see them doing it, I tune in and I see, okay, where am I supposed to speak? What am I supposed to say? And then I sit with it. And as I sit with it, I wait for the sign. And when I get the sign, like today, I come out and I speak. Thank you for helping to thank you guys for helping to help everyone through this. I've seen that also about people. Love you guys. Sending you love, okay? Sending you so much love. Keep talking. Keep your voice strong. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Love you, sister. So grateful for that. All right, beaming love your way, and I will talk to you guys real soon. I'll be back.